beginning of the summer, no more school.
And this is Four Seasons. It's pretty nice. Huge bathroom, but the coolest spot is our patio. But we're not going to go out there yet because it's 102, but we got a little rabbit living underneath our patio right there. And then we have this in the background of our patio. So tomorrow we're going on a crazy Jeep tour. So that should be interesting. Well, we just flew into Phoenix yesterday. This is July 4th. And this is the Roadrunner Cafe and Saloon. And there's some dune buggies over there that we're gonna drive in the desert. This is a pretty cool place. So once again, they have a bull ring here. The guy that owns the Roadrunner Cafe and Saloon was a professional bull rider, and then he kind of got crushed by a bull, and then so he doesn't ride anymore. But this is what it looks like. It's a pretty big place, very big place, very cool looking. This is the wolf mask Michelle wore, pretty cool. And then this is the wolf mask I wore because of the dust. So this is the ride. This is the easy part. This was the first part. The second part was really rough, and I really had to keep on the steering wheel so the Jeep wouldn't go off the trail. I wanted Michelle to drive, but I had such a freaking hard time driving that I drove the whole way because it was crazy, fun, and difficult. So what desert is this considered?
The Sonoran.
Sonoran?
But nobody ever knows where that name comes from. Comes from Arizona's neighbor to the south. Sonora, Mexico is the northernmost state of Mexico that we share a border with, and this unique desert landscape. Probably our most iconic plant, definitely synonymous with being in the west. Big, tall Saguaro cactus out there. Saguaros live over 200 years out here in the desert. In fact, they don't even begin to grow their arms until they're already 75 to 90 years old. So you see them with big, tall arms. They've been there for a while. They also grow Arizona's state flower. Bright white flowers about this big bloom at the tops of all those arms during the months of May and June. What's weird about it, it blooms in the dark of night. When the sun comes up in the morning, the flower slowly starts closing up. If you are out at this time, you will still see them. If you're out on the afternoon tours that we do, they're all gone. You're not going to see any flowers. But what's weird about it, aside from opening in the dark of night, it only opens one night. Once it closes the next day, that's it for that individual flower. It then matures into a fruit that fattens up like a football at the top of the cactus, about this big. You see those little tiny nubs on top of some of these things? Those are little fruits. In fact, I see a bird eating some over there. There's a dove sitting on top. Those things are like the best tasting thing you're gonna find out here. They actually taste like a fig, totally edible, super tasty. But it's a protected species. We're not supposed to be out here like harvesting saguaro fruit. The birds do it. The birds don't just eat off of these things, they live inside of them. If you look at the one between the trees over there, you see it's got that tennis ball sized hole halfway up the cactus. That is damage from a bird building a nest inside the cactus. Arizona's state bird does that. It's called the Cactus Wren. It is the largest of the wren family. Also, the Gila woodpecker does that, and the world's smallest owl Arizona is the home of the elf owl. Fully grown, this thing is only 5 inches tall. They are delicious too, let me tell you. Tastes like chicken. Specifically, this is a fish hook barrel. It's got fish hook like barbs on a lot of these needles. Another name for it is the compass barrel, which we'll get into that in a minute. To get water out of this cactus, you would have to kill it. You'd have to cut it open with a knife or a rock. Inside, it's just a white pulp. It's just like the inside of an apple. It's not crispy. It's spongy like foam. If you cut that stuff out, you can wrap it up in some cloth and you can wring it out like a sponge. It's got a low pH to it, so the taste is bitter, but it is water, it is clean, and it will keep you alive. Now I mentioned the compass barrel name, so looking at the spot where the needles are growing out of this thing, in fact, everybody over here can kind of see the top of the cactus is like tilted away from you guys. When you're standing over here, it's hard to see it, but this top section right here does have a little bit of a slant. It's kind of pointing off this way, which is Spanish for octopus. I cannot imagine why they would have named that plant this, no idea. The deal with these things, this is the dormant state. When we don't have rain, which usually we don't, this is what these look like. When we get rain, which what we got last night might actually do the trick. You notice the ground actually does look wet here. If the ground stays wet for maybe like 2 or 3 days out here, these things will react in about a week. They're going to grow leaves. Every single spot, a thorn comes out of this branch. The leaf bud grows out right on top of the thorn. When the leaves are completely grown in, you would look at this thing and you wouldn't know it had thorns on it. They're completely covered up by leaves. And then it doesn't matter what month it is when we get that rain. It could be the dead of winter or it could be the middle of summer. Like I said, if the ground stays wet for a few days, these will come out of that dormant state, they grow leaves, and then when it dries up again, the leaves go away. But when we get to springtime, usually we get some rain in the winter and grand. It's called a Powell verde, which literally means green stick in Spanish. So the green stick is the state tree here. The deal with the weird green bark on these branches, I'm sure all the kids learn in school, plants use leaves like solar panels to make energy out of the sunlight. The leaves on this tree, they don't even exist right now, but if they were on there, they're like a fraction of the size of a grain of rice. They're just super, super tiny. And since this thing can't really support itself off of its leaves, it grows chlorophyll in the tree bark. These things make energy with the branches and the stems. Which that probably is the real reason that they named Arizona's nuclear power plant the Powell verde. Or it could be because our state tree looks like something that probably came from a nuclear power plant. What do you guys think? One or the other. 400-year lifespan for this thing out here.
Wow.
Beautiful yellow flowers in May. And the seed pods, if you can catch them on there, the seed pods are edible. They taste like snap peas from the grocery store. They're not bad at all. Cholla or a teddy bear cholla. Both of those names are a little deceiving. Number one, it does not jump. But if you brush up against it, those sections up top break off the cactus. You wind up wearing those chunks. They stick to you, and people will swear they never even touched it. It must have just jumped on them, hence the jumping cholla name. The other name, the teddy bear cholla, is because it looks soft and fuzzy. Take my word for it, those things are not soft or fuzzy. In fact, little detour, I don't know if Kevin's heard this story yet. This is before he worked here. I was running another trail. A lady was taking selfies with one of these and tripped backwards into it and didn't just like land on it, crushed it, laid flat out on the ground from the shoulders all the way down to the ankles, backs of arms, and was wearing a shirt that was open in the back and was just tied around the midsection. So just in the skin, 10 pounds of chunks of cactus that two of us, it took 20 minutes with two of us with pliers ripping needles out of her. And then her boyfriend had to take her off behind the trees. Which is the idea. It's got these chunky antler-like sections. It's called the buckhorn cholla, and there is a taller one. I know there's some people here that are staying or living in Scottsdale. If you're up north in Scottsdale, next to Scottsdale Road even, you'll see cactus that looks like this, but it's 6 or 7 feet tall. That's called the staghorn cholla, and instead of being this green color, they tend to have brown sections on them. That is the big brother to the buckhorn. So staghorn's the tall one, buckhorn's the little one. I want to show you guys an interesting characteristic about these needles, which this is much harder to do when these are wet. So we'll see how this works out today. What I wanted to show you didn't quite come apart like I wanted it to. There's a tissue paper-like sheath. So what you guys are seeing when I'm holding this up is a flimsy little cover. If I pull on this, I might be able to get it off. There it is. Oh, this flimsy little cover can't hurt you. It's just too soft. If I try and poke my finger with that, it just splintered and now it's totally toast. If I let it go, it's just gonna float away towards Kevin. What I want to show you, and this also gets more difficult when these are wet, so we'll see how much rain we got. I want to show you how sharp this thing is, because these are not just pointy, they've got a nasty little barb on the end of them. To show you guys how sharp this needle is, I just need a volunteer. Just kidding. All right, I'm gonna sometimes people do, and then I have other things I say, like we use eyelids. Is that cool? All right, check this out. I'm gonna start.
Sonora Desert. So this is the Millers, and I'm watching that, waiting for Mike and Pam to show up, but where I'm watching it is the best part.
I'm sorry. It's a bad joke. Look, do you want to know something I used to do when I was your age? Kevin from getting nervous around girls?
Yeah.
I would just count to 3.
Count to 3?
Yeah.
That's your big advice? Count to 3?
Yeah. I mean, if you ever want to kiss a girl or ask her to go out, or actually, whenever you get scared about anything, you just do this.
We're starting our journey. We are going to climb Pinnacle.
Check it out, 6:20 in the morning.
Yeah. We're going to climb that right there. It's just 1,000 feet gain from here. This is about 2,000 feet elevation where we are right now. And yeah, it's kind of early in the morning, but this is the only time you can climb it because it gets so hot. So here we go. So this is Michelle and I partway up Pinnacle Peak in Scottsdale. So we've gone a couple miles. This is where we have to go back up and around, and then back down to our hotel. And so this is what it looks like that we are going back now.
Taking a little water break.
Michelle relaxing in the baby pool. It's about 1 foot deep. So that is Bell Rock, Courthouse Rock, and Castle Rock.
Oh, Greg's got a heavy-duty camera here.
Yeah, baby. There's some people right up on top.
Oh, is she the same one who didn't do it on time? No, this is a different. Yeah.
Look at that rock that was balancing and that, then it fell. These out there, the two are like this, and the other one's like down.
I'm fine.
It's a little hot for you today.
It's right in front of you.
Oh, gotcha.
Not in the distance.
I tried to do some filters, but it didn't work.
Let's go.
South Rim, Colorado. Colorado River. Michelle just found it. I'm trying to look for it again.
It's right down there.
Oh yeah, there it is. There's the Colorado River right there.
It's been reporting obesity school. Hey, maybe you should start adding more workouts.
Chicken gorgeous.
Lost their hat.
That's what happens.
We can stay back here.
Would appreciate that.
Stay back here.
No. Why not?
Talk about wildlife. Well, there's an elk right there, right in front of our hotel. He's having a little drink.
Oh my God, they have to get in that car right there? How are they gonna do that? He looks skinny.
There's our hotel, and we got a view of this, and we walk about 50 feet and no guardrails, no nothing. Michelle's right on the edge.
Wow.
Wow, it's right. Holy crow. Holy crow. Look at the shadows over there. Oh yeah, the shadows. There's our hotel right there. And then here is the view from the hotel. Almost sunset.
So quiet here.
Mhm.
By the time we dry, it's gotta be all sunset.
Should have bought bug spray. It's gonna be bad up here today. Wow.
Sunrise at the Grand Canyon. Yeah, sun just starting to show. Yeah. on our way down Bright Angel Trail. No, go ahead, you guys.
Sure?
Yeah.
You want to get a shot here? How do they do it?
I don't know.
They have the hooves. There's one right there too.
Yeah. We're about 3/4 of a mile down Bright Angel Trail. Absolutely beautiful. And there's where the trail is, right there. We're about 1 mile down Bright Angel Trail right now. All right, and look at this sheer rock cliff. Wow. Look at the horns on this guy. Wow.
Can't get it. Oh yeah.
Huge.
Not quite every year. So the current program is so like right at Lee's Ferry there, the Perea River where it comes in. It's like
Bright Angel Trail, our path down about 1.6 miles. Yeah.
Why? There's no shade spot over there. I'm gonna take your brave sister. Come on, brave sister. She's not gonna fall off.
I'm just tired. I just want to be with
This is a gigantic watermelon. Oh my god. It's huge. Maybe I'll just use the lettuce. Yeah, I think I'm just going to eat it on the lettuce. I'm going to be like keto.
This is as beautiful as before.
I'm trying to think if I have anything bland. I have.
I got a hummus and veggie sandwich. I'm hoping that'll be better than meat. Right?
Pinch spot right here. There's Pam and Michelle. Right on the edge of the Grand Canyon.
We're all the Asian tourists. They must have the Kung flu.
Yes. Beautiful.
I got a good picture of you.
Oh, good. Colorado River. The Colorado River again, north rim, 1,000 feet higher than the south rim. And over here is the Navajo Nation, and this is the Painted Desert. And we have to go around the Grand Canyon and up to the North Rim to get into Utah.
Bring your own huge raft of food, tents, and equipment. If you can't make site, you make the site. You got cooks for you for the night. Next day, go back.
Ryan, would you be so kind?
I did not brief them because I think you actually enjoy it.
No. All right, welcome guys. So I guess I'll just
Thank you.
put my little flight attendant hat on here real quick. So just so you guys know, for today's flight we have 4 exits here in the plane. We have 2 up in the back, then we have 2 up here in the front as well. Just some basic housekeeping as well. Make sure everyone keeps your seatbelts fastened, stay seated during today's flight.
So this is our flight, and we're going to go over Lake Powell, and it's very, very low. The lowest, I believe, they said it's ever been. That's why we couldn't go on a dinner cruise, because it's just too low. But it has more coastline than from Washington State down to the end of California. But you can see by the white, that's where the water should be. Flying over Horseshoe Bend, and you could get there by walking about 3/4 of a mile, but in 112-degree temperature, it's better to fly. So this is Horseshoe Bend, and it is super scenic. And you can see the pathway right there, the white pathway that you take to walk to it. this video is real good. You see the white? That's 80 to 100 feet above the water. That's how low this place is. 80 to 100 feet lower than normal. Took off from Page, Arizona. We landed, and now we're seeing an Indian show about Indian scouts looking for their enemies. So this is our last day at Lake Powell, and there is the sunset. And I'll show you what Lake Powell looks like from our room. It is 80 to 90 feet below its normal level. Can you believe it? That white right there is where the water should be. It is way low. Actually, on the other side of the lake, it is raining. Right there. Here is the dam on Glen Canyon Dam, it's called, and look at this beautiful reflection on the river. So this is a raft ride going down the Colorado River, and our guide is reciting a poem about it, and we are about ready to go around the horseshoe.
Each day was a new delight, floating on the water calm, drinking in the healing balm. Thankful for this brief respite from a world's mad headlong flight. Drifting under heaven's blue, where high in the red walls above, trilled a canyon wren of love. Simple were your needs and few, a chance to mend and start anew. If you feel the urge to stray into side canyons deep and cool, there that harbored many a pleasant pool, you could splash and play and while away a perfect day.
This is a picture of Michelle and I in the Colorado River, and the next picture is my most favorite. It's Horseshoe Bend. It's magnificent, and we saw some wild horses at the end of the trip. So this is Dennis.
Here's silverware. Oh, Mike. I'm the only one that has different silverware, I guess.
You're special.
I guess. Like the Johnson, right?
So tons of movies have been filmed here, Westerns, and this is just us playing around. There's Mike pretending he's a female, and there's Michelle sitting on a gigantic chair.
Powell Point.
Why is it
Now we're at Bryce Canyon, the most amazing place in the West as far as I'm concerned, and this is called Aquarius Plateau.
The Aquarius Plateau, after the constellation.
I can't wait to walk this trail.
No. Why don't you do it and then I'll follow you? He's like, hang on the edge and I'll just hold you by your belt loop. Yes.
That's love, man.
There's not. I was just gonna say there's too many witnesses, do it when there's no one around.
I think that's the hammer down there.
Was that what it's called, Thor's hammer?
Yeah.
There'll be a sign.
Oh, this is going to be a good walk.
So this is the Queen's Garden. They call it the Queen's Garden. And if you look, you can see all white Queen Victoria sitting on the throne. The hoodoo right there with all the green trees in the back. That's Queen Victoria sitting on her throne. It just looks like a white plate.
Oh, so that's the one.
Yeah.
Right there, she's the all white one. Her back is to us, and she's staring out at her garden, the Queen's Garden. Queen Victoria sitting on her throne.
Was that over there, right?
Yeah, right there.
No, not that one, that one.
Folks, this is the Queen's Garden down here, and you can see the hoodoo called Queen Victoria. She's sitting on her throne. She's all white, and she's got green trees behind her.
Oh, maybe you're right, that is that.
Oh, I'll show you. Oh, I see it. Her back is to us. So if you look at the...
This is incredible. It goes way out.
It actually stops when you go up and it's white. Do you see that?
Oh. Start over there and come up over here.
There's hammer. It is on the way up.
That's gorgeous. I'm going to get some good pictures.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I was just going to say, they look a lot better than the one we got.
Picture of them there to show how.
Yep.
Do you have your phone?
I'm getting video of it.
I know, but I'm going to take a picture.
All right.
I know, I'm trying to get a picture of these, to show perspective, a picture of those people.
Yeah, we're going to start over there and end up here.
Greg, look at the little nooks and crannies. There's like a little spot right there where you can look out. Right?
Oh, yeah. This is unbelievably cool. This looks like fiery furnace, doesn't it?
It does. Oh, I can't wait to explore.
I know. Okay, so we're at Bryce National Park. That's Michelle and our room. That's Mike and Pam's room. And this right there is the rim of Bryce Canyon. It is spectacular. So let's go inside and see what's going on. These cabins were made in 1930. There is no AC, and it dropped from 105 to 90. So we're good. We're good. Oh, there's one of those nasty chipmunks. Okay, so let's go inside, check it out. Wait, I should have an alcoholic beverage. Yes. Oh, look, right there. Okay, so here we go. This is what it looks like. There's our AC up there. And the windows are open. It's really kind of nice. The door is open here. And we are drinking. There's Pam. I guess that means how. I'm not quite sure. She wants to be an Indian like that guy. How? Okay, good, Pam. There's Michelle drinking something. And
my liquid dinner.
Liquid dinner. And Mike is drinking some type of mark. Isn't it? Maker's Mark? Maker's Mark. Okay, we're good. And there's a fireplace. I don't think we're going to use it tonight, though.
Oh, do we have one on ours?
No, just Mike and Pam have one.
We're special.
So you can warm.
They're special is right. They're 504s. I love the line. See that line? All the way across. Up there.
It's up there a little bit.
There's the hammer. The hammer is right there. And there's our trail. That's called the hammer right there, Mike. That.
Oh yeah,
That
Thor's
thing.
hammer.
Yep. Come on, this is outstanding.
Good morning. We're at Bryce Canyon in Utah.
And we are waiting for the sun, but this is what it looks like in the morning. That's where the sun's coming up right there. Waiting for the sunrise, but look at this. You got to be kidding me. How ridiculous is that little tree there? This is ridiculous. Just beautiful. There's the hammer.
A bird, I think, or a chipmunk or something right in there.
There's the hammer right there, the white thing.
Yeah, I might have to get a bigger patch. We'll see. The little ones are good for...
No, you're going to have to get a bigger patch, you know. And even if we have to get it on... So there's Michelle taking a picture, and here's what she's taking a picture of.
Yeah, that's
Come on, look at that. Are you kidding me? So we're only about 400 meters into the trail. There's too much to take pictures of. And over here to the east, the sun is starting to come over those mountains. There's our main photographer.
This is going to be the trip where the photos don't do it justice.
Nope.
Grand Canyon, yes, but this one's going to be hard. Oh. Sun's coming up right.
Okay, so we are partway down Bryce Canyon, and here is what is happening.
It's going to be gorgeous. This spot's going to be really good.
It's coming up right there.
Really cute. This one's going to be...
All right, well, there's no bad shot at this canyon, because look at this. You got to be kidding me.
I think if I had used the shorter lens, it would have worked better.
This is unbelievable. Around every corner, there's a great shot. Like I said, around every corner there's a great shot.
That way. No, I'm asking her. We want to go that way, right?
You're going to follow us.
Queen's Garden?
Yes, this is Queen's Garden all the way down around there.
Oh, I thought you guys are going the long way.
Park City gets cold. Yep. Not cold, but... Yeah.
1 mile more.
But like, I don't think those... We're not doing much. I just don't know if the trails are a little more sandy. Oh, that's so cool.
Hang on. This is ridiculous. I don't know what to shoot and what not to shoot.
I don't know what that means.
I thought the Grand Canyon was in the canyon right now. And if you look, Incredible.
Look at this one.
I can see the point. We're only about 1/4 of a mile away. There's Mike and Pam. And when we pan out,
Sorry. Oh, that's gorgeous.
yeah.
I'm scared I'm gonna lose it. It's really windy.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of tight like that, so it's okay.
Maybe I'll try a panel here.
Good girl. You only got about just 2 more switchbacks and you're up. You're doing great.
Good morning. We're at Bryce Point, just a few miles away from where we hiked this morning. Greg is probably going to zoom in on where the trail was.
And we are at 8,300 feet. And there is the trail we hiked this morning. Part of it, at least. And I really like this view because I've never seen like caves like over here. Pretty cool. So what you're looking at is fossilized sand dunes, and this is checkerboard pattern. Pretty interesting. Checkerboard pattern. And we are entering Zion National Park. Very different from Bryce. And we are in Zion National Park. We just arrived, and it's 105.
Bottom into Zion Canyon, it is relatively straight, carved by the Virgin River.
Ah, wow! Look at that. Holy crow!
Everywhere, it's crazy, and then we can have the flash of the hotel.
Wow. Yeah. We're gonna go all the way around. All the way around. That's the pulpit. Our walk in Zion Park, and doesn't this look like a picture postcard? It was brilliant.
Top area, you'll see that white patch with the rust running through it. Does everybody see that? Yeah. That is the rock slide that came down about 2 years ago that destroyed the trailheads there. That was 31 tons of debris that came down. As you look at eye level there, that is the remains of the smaller debris as the big boulders did come down to the bottom of that trailhead there. As it is the framing from 1901. That framing is about 15 to 20 feet wide, about 20 feet high, and goes back about 25 feet deep.
Wow.
It is a 3,000 foot drop, so everybody can understand why that dog ran away. Yeah. But that is a historic site, as they did leave the framing, the where they tied up the horses, also a piece of the cable.
Okay, here we are. This is the Virgin River. And we're going to Emerald Pool 1, 2, and then we're going to go to the Kaibab Trail, and then we're going to go to the grotto. But look at the size of these babies. The sun hasn't come up yet, but this is unbelievable. And there's where right over there is where our hotel is. Completely ringed with gigantic mountains.
It scared me.
Man, look at that one.
I guess we're gonna go up high.
Alright, this is the second pool.
Really nice reflection.
Yeah, there's the grotto, about a half a mile away. And then we turn around and we come back. And the sunlight is hitting the top of the peaks. Alright, so here's what we just hiked. Beautiful.
As soon as you said, there they are, I heard them.
Yeah, right there.
Both of them have voices that carry.
Yeah.
This is a bonding experience for them.
Yes.
Here's a little baby mule deer taking a little sip. And I don't know what the temperature is. It's pretty dang hot here at Zion. Look at him, so cute.
Boy, drinking a lot.
Oh, they have little mouths, don't they?
In Vegas right now, it's about 113 degrees. This is a Sherman tank. Look at the hits that was taken by the anti-tank guns in Iwo Jima. The wood is for the mines that are magnetic. They won't stick. Now, the next thing you're going to see is the little spikes on top. They were so the Japanese couldn't climb on top, open up the turret. We're shooting inside Battlefield Vegas. This is a Storm Guevara 44. This is a German assault rifle, first assault rifle ever made, and man, it was tough to hold on to when it was fully automatic, and it jammed a few times also. Here's our final night in Vegas, and Michelle's all dolled up. She looks great. We're going to dinner. Here's a picture of myself, Michelle, Jim, our tour guide, Pam, and Mike at the final dinner. We had a great time, but the temperature was always over about 105 or 106.